have this feeling every time we choose.
Yes, everybody, welcome back to Uzi Mumbai, the hub of everything Mumbai City FC, where today we'll be talking about the transfer roundup. That's right, it's been, forever since we made a video on anything, basically, actually. And we're finally making a video on transfer roundup. Look, how do you feel about that?
Feel good. We're back. Back where we were 6 months ago.
No promises that we'll stay properly, but, you know, at least we're trying now.
Yeah.
Proper.
Off-season FC.
Off-season FC. And we are without Clyde. He's out of station, but, you know, he's a busy man.
Clyde Bowlen.
Okay, so a little notice. We will not be talking about Rakip or not Rakip, sorry, Mohammad Nawaz or Rahul Bheke, because those news are as good as confirmed. We'll only be talking about the news that we feel that are, you know, there's a lot of discussion
relatively new developments, yeah.
Exactly. And so without further ado, let's get right into it. So number one, Adrian Lopez. Shlok, do you want to go with this?
Yeah, sure. So again, this is a name that has been doing the rounds for quite a while, you know, big money signing. We've seen quite a few outlets report updates on this every now and then. Islander Central being one of them. Shout out to you all. You know, so basically, he's a 33-year-old forward. He's played in multiple positions across the front line. You know, he's been a winger, a striker, an attacking mid, even like a side mid in the 4-4-2. So very, very versatile style of play. You know, like he can fit in practically anywhere he wants. Very good quality player as well. You know, he around lower La Liga or currently, you know, La Liga 2 quality. But seriously fantastic, you know, you see like the clubs that are chasing him, like Real Oviedo. I think Girona was in for him for a while. As it stands, he has not decided to extend his contract with his parent club right now. So he is going to be a free agent. Now the only thing that stands between him signing for us, I think, is Real Oviedo, because that's his home club. So it remains to see whether he's going to choose coming to India or staying in Spain. Very decorated player as well. He's won the La Liga, he's won UEFA Europa League, he's won the Copa del Rey, and he's played for some very big European clubs like Atletico Madrid and FC Porto. So brings in a wealth of experience as a player.
Yeah. So now the news first broke out by Diario de Navarra, and it was first reported in India by Islander Central. Obviously, shout out Suraj. Right. So the news technically states that he is in. I don't know if he's interested. There's no claims about that, but the news is that he's set to join Mumbai City FC, or at least we are in the front running for him on a 2-year contract. So that would mean he would play the Champions League season as well if he was to join. And the fact that, you know, the mention of the 2 years exists probably means that there is a genuine, you know, it's not a fake news, it's just something thrown around. It's something genuine to this, right? The question is now, does he come to Mumbai and almost as a swan song to his career, or does he go back to Oviedo? Because he can play multiple positions as well now, right? It's so the second question that comes with him is he a potential a single replacement for both Alfie and Sai? As you know, Alfie's already on his not on his way out. He's already in Sydney. He's training with the club now, and Sai Godard is definitely going back to his home club, Benevento Calcio. So is he a single replacement for the two of them?
I think it's highly possible, because, you know, we're looking at a foreigner being cut down. We're going to go from 7 total to 6. And it really helps to have a player like this, because last year we had Bumu out for 4 games in the end. And, you know, if you remember anything around that time, there was like a lot of fear about how our title run would go.
Exactly.
Luckily, you know, Bart and Alfie playing together, again, there was immense fatigue on those two. But when you have a player like, you know, Adrian, you can have somebody who fits into that role more effortlessly. You can rotate a lot more with a player like that. You're not confined to just playing, two foreigners who are kind of out of sorts in those positions. So a very welcome signing indeed.
Yeah, because look, forget the fact that he's 33. The fact that he's currently playing in La Liga, not that he played in La Liga 2 years, 3 years ago. Not that he could have been, or he was almost a La Liga player. He is a La Liga player right now. He's been for many years. He scored against the likes of Liverpool and Chelsea in Europa League not that long ago. So it is a massive signing. Let's not get that wrong. He doesn't have the best goal scoring record, but neither did Koro before he came in India and actually tore it apart. So this.
I mean, goals, assists don't matter if you're playing in La Liga, man. Like, that is crazy.
Exactly. The translation is not the same. He would end up being one of the best players to have ever played in India. I don't think that's a doubt or a question. The question is how likely is he to join right now? So a lot of development on that. We will keep you updated. So with Islander Central most probably. Yeah. Right. So on to the second player, Rhys Williams.
Go on.
So Rhys Williams, now he is a player who's currently playing for Cadiza, if I'm not wrong.
Liverpool. Playing for Liverpool.
Yeah, it's the same guy, except he's 32 now. Just a different timeline. So Rhys Williams, if you try to Google him, the first couple of videos are always, the next generational talent, and you wonder how can a 32-year-old be a new generation? Right. So Rhys Williams, Australian centre back / CDM, a very versatile player. He currently plays for Cadiza, which are, I think, if I'm not wrong, 10th in the table of the Qatari league, the Saudi league. Sorry. Right. He's a fantastic player, right? 32, Australian citizen. Now his profile. Now he's a left centre back who can also play as centre defensive midfielder. Now that sounds familiar. It is because that's kind of player Hernan Santana was. Hernan Santana was a CDM who we played in centre back, and he did phenomenally well for us, right? So the question was always who would be the one foreign player who would be replaced with the Asian player, right? And with the news about Rhys Williams, it would seem that Hernan Santana could be on his way out. But this is not to say that we are the only team in for Rhys Williams. The news is that multiple clubs have spoken to Rhys Williams, right? And they're all in the it's nothing confirmed yet. Mumbai is just one of the clubs that have approached him, right? So nothing concrete yet. It's just all hearsay right now. What do we know? He's a fantastic player, a left centre back, so he would complement Murtada Fall really well because Murtada Fall likes to play on the right hand side. He's very good on the ball, comfortable with long balls, great passing, tall, and he's very good in the air as well. So overall, a fantastic player. Again, the versatility helps Sergio Oliveira mix and match his team in a way that he feels fit. Maybe he plays Mehtab Singh and then he gets Rhys Williams up front and in the CDM position, or maybe he plays in the centre back and then he gets someone else. It gives him the option to put his team in a very comfortable position. The question is he going to be joining? Is he just a random name right now? Is it anything serious? We'll keep you updated on that.
Yeah, I think, again, long shot, because we don't know how true this is and if he'll be joining us at all. But the question would be, is he replacing Jahouh or is he replacing Hernan? Yes, Jahouh is on a 2-year deal, but at the same time, seeing how last season went, wherein defensively he was not that great, right? Could we need a player who who at least gives him some competition in that place, if not completely replaces him? So again, that's going to be one thing we could keep in mind. Next player. So again, this is an Indian player, and it was broken like a few days ago by, I think, Khel now, and it's this Gokulam Kerala right back called Naocha Singh. Right?
Yeah.
He's primarily right-footed, but he has an amazing weak foot. He can play on both sides, right back and left back. And if I remember correctly, in 1920 he had played primarily as a left back.
Yeah.
And I would go far and call him a hot prospect because, you know, when the January transfers came about and when we were, you know, looking at which clubs could do with like a change in personnel, you know, if there's any recruits from the I-League they could pick up for like a late surge for the top four. Naocha Singh was one name that kept popping up, you know, as like a potential fullback replacement for certain clubs.
Yeah.
And this is great because again he's 21. He won the I-League with Gokulam this year. Defensively, he's not that great, but he's got pretty good attacking instincts, and he was all this season by fans. So quite a bit of hype surrounding this guy. And as it stands, the deal it's said to be done. So this isn't you know, a link, or it's not that he's interested. It's completed and that he's signed.
Yeah.
Summer, do you think this raises any questions about our existing right backs?
Yeah, it does. We've been linked with quite a few fullbacks this season, right? Obviously, Rahul Bhege being one of them, Prabir Das is another one, but I think that's a pretty shut down news. So the trend would suggest that we were in for a fullback, which the surprise for me is considering the number of fullbacks we already have in our team. We have Ahmed, we have Rahul, we have Mohammad Rakip. Then we have Tondomba, who might not stay. Then we have you know, Mandar Rao and obviously Vignesh, who are all on not long term, but Vignesh just extended his contract. The question is, does he come in as a backup, and that would mean Rakip gets loaned out because he is versatile. So you are reducing your personnel in number of players you have, and you're getting still the same amount of option and variety, right? The question is, does he replace Rakip, or is Rakip because Rakip didn't feature a lot last year, although we expected him to. Ahmed just had a phenomenal season, and with him extending his contract as well, he extended his contract, right? I'm not.
Who? Ahmed?
Yeah. So Ahmed,
reportedly,
he's also, you know, extended his contract. So now Naocha Singh comes in as a backup, not as a hot prospect, because Ahmed is also 23, 24. Right.
Yeah, there's no way Ahmed is gonna sit after last season unless like, you know, he regresses, which none of us
phenomenally bad, right? So he is definitely going to be backup and not. So that would mean Tondomba Singh goes out, but then that probably also means that Rakip is on his way out, either on loan or on a permanent. We don't know. But the question is, how does Mumbai City FC manage their fullbacks?
Yeah, and it's a pretty interesting question as well, because if you look at I-League signings that we've done in the last year, we've signed quite a few players who we just loaned out. Like, you know, Tondomba Singh Naurem, Chansahoram, Ayush Chikar are still pretty young, but, you know, it could just be that we sign Naocha because he is such a hot prospect.
Yeah.
And then we say, okay, go out on loan, play a bit more. And then like you come back and see maybe Rakip does get a chance to prove himself this season.
Yeah.
Who's to say?
Who's to say? That's a question. So obviously interesting news. We'll see how, you know, the club deals with the situation. How Lobera is actually looking to set his team up. Is it because we failed to get Prabir Das? Was there some truth to it? We may never know, right? But I guess that's it for today. We don't have any other news, right? Yeah. So that's it for today. We'll try to make more videos. We'll try to report more stuff, but we'll also try to make more videos in general, I guess. I don't know.
Let us know if you want to like see a particular type of videos.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like any ideas you want us to cover, something like that. Let us know in the comments.
Exactly. If you have any suggestions, let us know below in the comments. We will definitely make a video on them if we, you know, are not super lazy and we actually decide to do something for once. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for joining, and we'll see you soon.